Surprise video. Hey, what's going on, Strat fans? This is Colonel Strat, the strategy extraordinaire here, and today I kind of missed my surprise upload for Sunday, but I'm bringing it here to you now to show you one of the games, again, from my childhood that actually, for a little trivia about me, Strat fans, this game is the game that eventually, convinced me to install Steam. Because like Dawn of War I played before, but I had those in the box. I had the CDs I installed manually. This game here got me both into the Total War franchise and into Steam. And, it's gotten a bad rap over the years, and I could see the faults, but I still think it's a really fun game, and it's fun in its simplicity. Now, without further ado, I bring to you Empire Total War, baby. Now, I said this was my first entry into Total War, and that is correct. I wasn't privy to the launch of Medieval 2, though Empire inspired me to go back into Medieval 2 and then to play Shogun 2, Rome 2, and Attila, and all of those Total Wars, and it's made me a lifelong Total War fan. And I always can return back to it because I just love it so much. So I've wanted to share with you some Empire Total War. So this will be as close to vanilla as possible. The only mod I'm using is an HD remix mod, so that it just updates the textures and makes it look more modern. But everything is as close to vanilla as possible, because contrary to popular belief, I actually enjoy vanilla. A lot of folks don't like vanilla, and I can see its faults, but I like the simplicity of it. So without further ado, Strat fans, let's get into some Empire Total War. Alright, Strat fans, and here we are. I'm figuring I'm going to start as Prussia. I usually play Prussia or England or Austria or the Netherlands, just because I like a bit of a challenge. England is a bit too big. England and France, they have a bit too much territory. I like to start off small, so we're going to do campaign difficulty to hard and battle difficulty to hard, because Empire is really it's really easy to play, but even if you ramp up the difficulty, it's not going to be too much of a problem. So for game, we're going to do world domination. We have to hold at least 40 regions by the end of 1799, including Brandenburg, our capital. For gameplay options, not going to have any of this. So we'll get started with Prussia. I always liked the images and the dramatic music. I loved it.
Your first priority should be to research a superior military drill doctrine at the college in Magdeburg. Once in place, increase the size of your army and look to expand your territory to encompass the region of Silesia to the south. You could then try to link Brandenburg with historic East Prussia, currently separated by Polish-controlled West Prussia. If possible, maintain good diplomatic and trade relationships with fellow Protestant nations such as Britain, Sweden, Denmark, and the United Provinces, whilst watching for the advance of Catholic France and Austria. They may try to claim your lands and those of your allies in the name of their corrupt church, and your capital will likely be their first target.
Alright, so thank you, Advisor, for that lovely overview, but I don't think I'll need to hear from you again. So, here we are as Prussia. We start with two states on the top of Europe and disconnected by Poland. So we're probably going to eventually at least declare war on Poland so we can get connected again. I usually try to gobble up Austria too, because they get really weak later on. But we start with a gentleman here. We'll put him in the college. This is how you research. We're going to do ring bayonet, and we're going to follow her instructions, not because you're supposed to or that's what you have to do. It's a sandbox, but that's because that's what I like to do. The faster you get a superior military doctrine, the faster you dominate on the battlefield. Now this rake here, I'm going to be using him as a scout to see where enemy armies are, because if we don't, then we may fall victim, because I don't have their moves on, because that pulls the camera way too much during the end turn. Alright, so for our... Well, first we gotta get rid of this pikeman. Okay, we'll move you into East Prussia. And we have to convert, I believe, East Prussia, because we can check each of the provinces with this button here. And yeah, but there are some religious unrest, so we have to start converting them to Protestantism. Alright, there we go. And we'll have him there to help convert. And we do have to build the basic buildings. So let's get those constructed. And we'll see conservatorium. Here we can upgrade that and build the fortifications. Next turn we're going to try to get some roads. And we'll get this peasant farms up and running. But before we end turn, let's look at our diplomacy. See who we can trade with. Now I want to expand into Austria, and France is naturally my enemy, and Poland I want to expand into as well. So they're out. I am currently trading with Poland, so eventually I will break that. And they do have two protectorates, Saxony here, and Courland, I believe, right here. Yeah. I think I'm friendly with Saxony, but yeah, we don't like them. So I'm gonna try to befriend Great Britain. Give me a trade agreement. All right, there we go. And then the Marthas, because they usually end up destroying the Mughals in India. It's good to be friends with them. And I think that's all we could do for overseas. There might be one more. Yeah, trade with Saxony. Sure. 110. Alright, that should boost our economy. Yeah, that's a healthy economy. So, kick him out. And we can also kick out ministers to try to make it better. Because if their stars are up, then they'll increase tax. This one will increase repression. And you know that lowers down unrest, just like every other total war. Alright, so then we'll end this turn. We have 3 turns till we get ring bayonet. I don't know. I don't want the Bahamas. Refuse. Man, England already trying to get rid of some of their American colonies. No, Poland, I'm going to invade you. All right. Little warning for you, Strat fans. Later on in the campaign, we might suffer from pretty long end turns. I will cut them out as they get longer. I also apologize if there's any background noise. My wife is currently cleaning. She's cleaning the kitty room right now. All right, let's see. War declared. That's usually always happens. Julian calendar. Get some auxiliaries. Okay. And we're going to start recruiting up some line infantry. Just building up this army as much as we can. This army's all right. We have a good amount of forces to protect East Prussia, and we're just going to build up the industry and the ends. Now, one thing that Empire does that I wish other Total Wars would do were theaters. So, like, there's the Indian theater, there's the Americas, and of course there's Europe and North Africa and like I think it's West Asia. So I am eventually going to create a navy, and to get some of these juicy trade resources like ivory right now, that goes for a lot. You need Indian mans, and to control the trade, you have to go to a trade node. So I'm going to ramp up some Indian mans. And even if you could just lock down a trade node early on, you can secure it. Especially as Prussia, I don't think I have any enemies. Yeah, I don't have any allies, no enemies either, just the Barbary States and pirates. So as long as you have a couple brigs in there to defend it, you'll be good. Alright, let's end turn. I'm going to be doing a lot of waiting until our first war breaks out, probably with Poland or Austria. Poland usually doesn't declare war, but Austria usually does. So I usually build up a force and then smack the Austrians around, and then the Poles all attack once I'm big enough. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll have 3, and then Regiment of Horse. Yeah. Usually have a lot more line infantry, but as you get further into the campaign, you'll get like grenadiers and specialist units, skirmish infantry. So you start to, your army compositions start to like fan out and not be so one-dimensional. We being raided? I think there's trade routes being raided. Okay, so we'll have an Indian man next turn, and I'll send him just one lone Indian man. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'll wait a few turns and get some more ships, because if you can take a port, but if the pirates are out there, so they don't really make that many more units other than their home in the Caribbean, like on the Leeward Islands or the Trinidad. Now, one would think getting an army and sailing out there would be a good idea too, and it is. But right now, I have to focus on keeping Europe secure. Alright. So yeah, I knew he was going to do it. Alright, Leopold. You want to tussle? You want to tussle, Leopold? I'll make you tussle. The AI usually does things like going around and, looting your provinces or getting into all the extra shit and making them burn. Yeah, you may have shot yourself in the foot there for that one, because I'm going to have a full, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, have 4 more line infantries. 3 turns. Give me 3 turns, Austria. I'll make you regret that. Oh, Crimea. Crimea's destroyed. But our armies in all these other areas should be enough to repel any Austrian advance. I'm going to do military syllabus, because those ones that have the arrows in the tech tree, they're the ones that you can upgrade. We'll get through quite a bit of turns. We might even get a battle in too, because 3 turns isn't that long. And then we'll be able to attack Austria. We'll fight the first battle, even if it's against armed citizenries, because I want to show off. Oh, aww. Why'd they pull out? Come on, Great Britain. Okay. Sometimes that happens. The AI is a little bit, like I said, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect game. I just like it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll be a good navy. All right, let's. This increases happiness. That increases wealth as well. All right. Shouldn't be long until we get 2 turns. Waiting for Austria to make their move. They're not making their move. I'm gonna have to make mine first, I feel. That's alright, because I will go on a crusade of destruction against Austria. I'm a sucker for a show of force. So I like to really lay into them. Alright, we'll improve the we'll improve the roads. Then I will have 2 more for a garrison as I go out, because I think the garrison I have is only 2, so that make it 4. They have anybody in? Oh, they do. That'll be a nice army. I mean, their irregulars are the Pandors are the only ones that's really a problem. Let's see, should I get? I'll get square formation, because that's a really another good thing about this game is the formations. So like your army forces can adopt different formations. Like for infantry, a square is their counter to cavalry. So it's on the fly thinking. And again, like I said, the campaign AI is not the smartest, and it's not the hardest to beat. And like cancel move. I'm gonna stay there. Have these guys man the capital. Oh, we actually have more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we have plenty of troops there. They'll all be like armed citizenries, but they still are better than nothing. Alright, so we just have to make sure we keep recruiting our navy. And then in one turn we'll have squares, which is... It's a really good technology to defeat cavalry. It's a defensive position, so if you see a cavalry charge come in and you tell them to go in a square, then they'll square up, and the cav, when they charge through, they'll be attacked by all sides. Would you look at that? The Austrians are cowering in their settlement, so this may be a siege as well, Strat fans. I don't think we're going to be able to draw them out, but we do have our squares. No, because I'm going to take you. Okay. And then should still have 2 turns on military still this. Okay. Alright, nation is Portugal. Aw, the Spaniards always take out Portugal. Alright, well, it's all good. Even though the Spanish take out Portugal all the time, it'll be fine. Alright. I want to fight out in the field first. So let's see if I can catch this Austrian army. Okay. They're going to have a lot of reinforcing armies, but they can't bring that cannon, so they just have 1 cannon. I have 4, including all my line infantry and my cavalry. Should be a pretty easy battle. It says balance power even, but it's going to be easy. We'll go on autosave just in case. And let's fight this battle, Strat fans. Alright. Cicero. But like I said, I love these loading screens. Just because of the time. And the main campaign is focused around America. And once you complete the main campaign, you can play America in the Grand Campaign. Which I think is really cool. Even though it's not historically accurate at all. Because you start in 1700. Alright. So let's get all of these guys grouped up. Okay, should be easy to get grouped up. Now we're going to keep our general back. And we need to have our cannons. Oh, right, I forgot. You do have to select a formation. I usually do double-lined standard. But that's the only way you can set people up, is by doing those formations. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think yeah, that'll be good. And we'll do double line standard. All right. We'll have these guys set up around here. All right. I like the lines, the line battles and all that. The detail in this mod also makes it look like how I thought it looked as a kid. And then we have our cavalry in the back. Now, cavalry gets different formations as well, but we don't have those unlocked yet. Those fancy little diamonds or whatever. But we have to keep our general safe, so we're going to keep him back here. As far back as possible. Alright, let's deploy. And then we're going to have our cannons are going to fire. Some of that, yeah, that was kind of a delay there. They have their pikemen going towards us. I don't know why they set up those defenses. That's probably their general. Oh no, that's their general. Okay. We are taking some casualties due to that cannon, but there's only one cannon, so let's up the speed, because we do have some guys coming in. The reinforcements are coming in slowly. Okay. Pikemen, are you going to charge me, or are you going to charge the cannons? It'd be smarter for you to charge the cannons, but I don't think you're going to do that. Let's charge the pikemen. Defend the cannons. Yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen. Deploy squares. There they go. There they go. Alright, let's go back. Come on. Run. Get there. Yeah, AI is not the most intuitive. Alright, set up squares. Your cav's not doing so hot. If they can't break through, the cavalry's not going to do too hot. But they did get our cannons. Yeah, okay. Let's get back. Alright, so 2 of our cannons are defeated. But you see, as they're trying to come in to find somewhere to fight, they're getting chewed up. Get out of the squares. Out of the squares. We may have to reform into the squares if the enemy or cavalry comes up. But the line infantry is going to be a bit hard to deal with after we've lost so many guys. Squares again, because here comes the cav. Get out of here, dude. Withdrawal. Get out of here. Sometimes you have to do that manually too, because the artillery crews will keep coming back. What the hell? Oh. I was about to say, I thought my cav was fine. I usually do a whole bunch of line infantry just for the sole fact of this formation right here. Makes me not like cav, but you know, cav can be good. Oh, okay. He's just oh, okay. He's running. He's running. He's coming real quick. He's angry. He is angry, bro. One angry boy. Squares aren't effective against lines because they just, you know, they're squares and they fire in all directions, so They're good against cavalry, but they're not good against lines. You'll get wrecked if you try to do that against line infantry. Alright, fire. Okay, stop. Fire. Come on. Yeah, take them out. Fire. Open fire. Alright, they're good. They're done. They're done and dusted. Alright. You can occupy buildings as well, and they provide some defensive bonuses. I usually don't. I usually just, you know, vibe with, you know, just not doing that. Like I said, I'm kind of doing a two-pronged attack here. And once the enemy comes in within range, I'll be able to really decimate them. So there's a pikeman, regiment militia, line infantry, line infantry, line infantry, general's bodyguard. All right, well, you want to do that? Okay, we'll set up squares then. Okay, that's what I thought. We got a kill zone for when they come close. Let's move up a little bit. All right, general's bodyguard going over there again. They don't know where to go. Come on, guys. Come on, get close, get close. Need to open fire on you. There we go. Let's open fire. Yeah, bringing pikemen to a line battle. Not the most intuitive design, I have to say. Yeah, the early game, it really just depends on who fires first. A lot of times the AI will just like spans out like it's doing right now. It doesn't know what to do. It's getting shot at. It doesn't know what to do. So it just kind of spazzes around. It's like, what do I do? Oh God, Lord, what do I do? And then like it sees a two-pronged, it's trying to defend itself, but you know, it doesn't know what to do. Open fire. And also if you have crossing lines of fire, you do a lot more damage. You can see we just took out a lot of Austrians there. The more experience they do with these line battles, the better they are. Well, so look at that. And then sometimes they'll just charge in to melee, because that's the only way they know how to defeat us. Like they're doing right now. But the melees can be pretty cool to watch. Especially if we have ring bayonets, we can do a lot of sync kills. Where they just like, you know, stab them with a bayonet. Come on, do one for me. Yeah! I saw that one. And that increases their melee capability. Form a square. That general's bodyguard, you're gonna die if you come close to me, bro. Didn't use my cavalry at all, really, during this battle. But I'm still gonna win it, I guarantee it. Okay, you coming in? You shouldn't do it, but okay. I got pointy sticks and gunpowder. Your horses aren't gonna do well, bro. And your men need you. Okay. You see, our superior ring bayonets are actually showing here because we got these guys running. You know what? No, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there. Well, there goes one of our guys. But all of the rest of our guys are doing really well. Yeah, let's get in there. Yeah, tussle. Oh, he got killed. I do like the kill sync animations. Like, yeah, like that. Stab him. Sink him with a bayonet. Oh, jeez. You just smacked him. Well, we're about to win. We're about to win this skirmish against Austria. Of course, you know, we can still shoot with gunpowder, but we can hit our own guys as well by doing that. And I usually just love the melee combat. I just keep going. I just charge them right in. Don't even care. Just charge. Let's get them. Get him! The matched combat. Oh, look at that one. Oh, yeah. The matched combat always was a spectacle in Cold Wars. Before they removed it with, I think it was Warhammer. When they removed it. Shoot, 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 scoot, kill him. There we go. Alright, we're about to win. They're firing into our guys, but we're still gonna get them because these are just militia. They're like nothing. Oh yeah! Talking about. I love seeing that. Sick knife kill. Now, as you get better bayonets, you do unlock, you know, better melee infantry and all that. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, and then that one where he like picks him to the ground. He's like, no, 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 stop, please. Sink. Dead. Alright. Alright. Come on. Let's get these guys over here. Get out of the squares. So we have we lost a lot of guys, but we also kicked a lot of them. So I think this will be either a Pyrrhic or a close. Let's see. Alright, line up. Get ready. Shoot! Yeah, there we go. Oh! Then their accuracy does go up. Yep, we got that enemy down. Their accuracy does go up the more bars they get. So a lot of our infantry units did get accuracy increases. Alright, that should be the last of them. I think these guys are just broken though. Just send our cav in to fight. Oh, never mind. Heroic victory. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, we wiped the floor. And they are going to retreat. We should be able to get them to surrender. There we go. And then we will replenish. Not everyone can replenish. Alright, so we took Silesia. And that'll be it for today, Strat fans. Just showing you a little bit of my another one of my childhood favorites, Empire Total War. So we're going to continue to beat up the Austrians in the next episode. If you guys like it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to let me know that you like this series as well. Comment me what you like about it, and if you want me to continue it. So with that, Strat fans, that'll conclude it for today. I'm Colonel Strat, the Strategy Extraordinaire. You keep it strategic, Strat fans. Colonel out.